I have a really good download for you. I was in the middle of creating my Miracle Circle meditation, and this came to me, and I said, oh, this is brilliant. I have to share this with you. Your predetermined, now hear me out on this, destiny. I'm going to explain what it is and what's happening right now. This could make so much sense for you. I think you're going to love this. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. Welcome to my place here in Florida. Got my dishwasher going after a party, but I had to give you this message, so hopefully it won't be distracting because you've got to hear this. First of all, please subscribe if you like my messages. It's what keeps me going. Otherwise, I was thinking maybe it's time for me to stop doing this. So I would love your feedback. And then every once in a while somebody says what a difference I make, and I said, okay, I'll keep going. But I've got a good one for you today. And these downloads allow me to maybe reassure you that everything is exactly the way it should be. Now, we had a little incident with one of our presidential candidates last night who, let's just say, got a little ear injury from an incident. And it's really concerning for absolutely everybody in my country. And I started to think about all the things that are happening with you out there. And have you noticed it's accelerating? Most of my friends are either sick or have had an accident or having some kind of a life-changing situation being presented to them. I mean, we're talking fairly big stuff here, right? And I thought, what's going on? This is prevalent. Now, I have a question for you. Are you experiencing anything like that? Because if you purchased my book, I actually talk about the tipping point, which we have gone into already. What does this mean? We are now going into a transition, actually transformation in an accelerated manner. That means whatever we have set ourselves up for here is now going to exponentially accelerate, okay? Just like AI keeps expanding and going quicker and quicker, and it learns faster. Well, we are too, and the reason why is once we go into awakening, we are opening up the doorways to consciousness that we never saw before, and it's huge. There are things that we never imagined, so all of a sudden, we have access to things that always were there, but we didn't open that door. We're opening the doors. Your destiny. You did choose a specific lesson here and opportunities. You do not have to follow through with any of them. That's what I want you to know. Destiny isn't actually predetermined that you can't get out of. So if you do, if you change your direction, or if you decide you're not going to go through with it, who knows what what that could mean, but I'll talk about that in a moment. You will do it someplace else in another manner. Maybe things are too much for you here. You just can't deal with it anymore. And so you decide to just hole up and you get sick and you transition. You couldn't take it anymore. Instead of, saying I can get through this and changing things, and a lot of people are doing that. They can't take it anymore. So we came here thinking, oh yeah, piece of cake, right? I know what I'm going back into, so what's the big deal? Well, you get here and it seems very real, and that's purposeful. We went into unconsciousness so that we could experience the things here that are pretty horrific. Fear, loss, sadness, illness, the things that actually are just illusion for us to experience those things, that which is all possible, but is not actually the essence of you. You're the creator of those things. So I want to share with you what destiny is. If I chose to, and I did, I chose to be a teacher, to be a facilitator of positive change and here to help people transition into awakening. Come here and open these doors, reassure you, tell you what your power is, break through fear. That's my whole platform. I did enjoy an extremely amazing life with a very wonderful family. That was chosen. I chose that. Okay, and at some point I had to make some changes. Now what's happening is, because I chose to be that teacher, that change maker, I couldn't keep living that la-di-da fun life, doing all these crazy miracles. If you watch me on Coast to Coast AM July 7th, George Norrie interviewed me, and I shared with him, like, people say I'm lucky. So there's no such thing. I'm a major manifester. I know how to manifest those things, and I can teach you too. And if you want to learn how to go into that space, you can go into a space to create anything, but there will be things along the way, even if you manifest all these wonderful things and life is, great, things will come into play for you to accomplish your destiny. And that's what happened to me. I went through a divorce. My little doggy died, my dad died, my mom died, my doggy died, my dad died, my brother died, my cousin died, my aunt and uncle later on died a few years later. Of course, this happens, right? But the way it happened for me pushed me into a state of realizing, my own mortality and what I was doing. And if I was really feeling good about it, you might be in that situation. And this is why, I created platforms for people to get out of that stuff. How do we get out of this stuff? How do I get out of a rotten job or relationships or self-sabotage and all these things? This is your destiny. You are here to learn and break through these things. So you'll be presented opportunities to accomplish that. So if you get an illness, or you get into a bad relationship, or whatever happens, it's not to be avoided. This is the catalyst for you to accomplish your destiny goal. Right now, it's kicking in big time. So the destiny is, if we didn't have things that are going on, if we didn't have our little health issue, right? If we didn't, our big health issue, if we didn't have that, we would not have transitioned into a completely different way of living. People went through a lot, and it was that opportunity that came in that allowed them to now see who they are and make different choices. And some people, they don't like it and they just want it to go away. It'll keep coming back for you, okay? So don't miss these opportunities to fulfill your destiny. If your destiny, for me, it was to be a teacher, I had to go through something that forced me to make a decision to go into another life. I had a visitation, Theta State one, and I had somebody ask me, as I was in, I call it the Crystal City, why did you come down here to be with us? And I realized, what? To have fun. Why'd you come here? And then he showed me literally millions and millions of people just wandering aimlessly, just totally unconscious. And he took me into a state of love that it's mind-blowing. Love doesn't explain it. Some of you have experienced this. That total state of oneness where all the other stuff falls off. That's how I'm able to manifest things. I don't listen to the other stuff. I don't believe the stories. I don't believe the limitations. But I also allow my destiny to unfold the way it's supposed to. It may take me in a direction that I, the person, didn't plan, and I allow for that. So it'll always take you to the best and highest space, which sometimes can appear to be negative, but it's not. It's allowing you to make a different choice to go into that other space that's higher. Now I'm going to give you an example of how things happen. You got to be careful with this. When you try to control things out here and you do it in a negative, low frequency way, you're going into that space. Your destiny that you're supposed to achieve, that you chose in this lifetime, can go in a different direction, and it'll keep coming back to you until you get it right. And there's no right or wrong, but until you achieve your goal of why you came here, all right? So what happened with, Trump, let's just be honest, we know what happened. At a rally, I want you to think about this. Somebody took it into their own hands to change destiny for his own choice. I don't take sides. I actually, I want nothing to do with it. So I'm just going to share with you from a destiny standpoint that he was going to change destiny for everyone, right? Well, he didn't do a very good job at it if that's what he was trying to do. He'd need a little more target practice. And what happened? So he's gone. The perpetrator is gone. He didn't complete his mission to try and change destiny for all of us and that person. Now, the reverse happened. Now we have this seemingly survivor, this hero. Because that person went into a negative space to achieve something and control destiny, by doing something negative, it came back tenfold, well, way beyond that, back to that person. He lost his life, and he didn't accomplish his mission. And now, of course, you know, we're going to have Secret Service all over the place from here on out. What am I saying? I'm telling you right now, if you try to control things from an ego standpoint and you're doing it in a negative space, that energy field is now creating a destiny for you that's going in a different direction of what you came here to accomplish. You have to do it in a positive way, because then you'll achieve that goal. Because what you put out there, what I give, I receive immediately. And so if I try to mess around with somebody else's destiny, you cannot override somebody else's free will. No matter how much you mess around with it, they will still have the final say. All right? Even in the new situation. And if you come in with a negative answer or action, it's going to come back on you tenfold, and you will not accomplish that goal. It's impossible for you to. Right? You can engage with somebody else, and some of those things are pre-planned. So if you have an illness or you have a bad relationship, that was pre-planned for you to make a higher decision to accomplish your goal, your destiny. So life is going to keep lining up challenges for you, or changes. They don't have to be negative or painful. Changes for you to make a decision. I'm going to give you an example. Some things lined up for me, and I had some amazing, like another miracle. You know, I put it out there in this last week, and another miracle came to me. It aligned exactly the way I want to do things from here on out with my businesses and personally, my personal goals. I thought, if I had this aligned, then I would be able to focus on the things that I desire. I want to write another book. I want to do another television movie, several television movies. And also today, this is why I'm shooting this video. The events that are happening now are pushing me to do different things. And I was thinking, I would love to have a retreat. It doesn't have to be permanent. I would love to have a retreat. And it just came to me because I was thinking, what do I want to do in this world that is now going into some craziness? And because of that, it's pushing me to make certain decisions about what I'm going to do here with my own destiny. Does this make sense? I think you get this. So if something's in your life that's pushing you to make some decisions or change, it could be really positive. It's all aligning for you to be able to do certain things in that situation. It could be an illness. My girlfriend just hurt her leg, and it's going to be months of repair. We don't know why they happen, but we know that somehow is going to push her to not do certain things and do other things. Life put that in there for her because she made decisions in advance to accomplish certain goals. So maybe now, because of that, instead of doing all the traveling things she's doing, maybe she's going to be confined to her home and do something different that she planned on doing. Does this make sense? All the things that are happening in our country is pushing me to say, maybe I need to create a retreat for people to go step away from the insanity for a while. And so maybe I have to up my game here. Is it possible? Yes. I happen to know guys in Canada that did that. They have an off-grid property. Guys, if you're in my list, you're going to see something come through. They had no money. They're millionaires now, but they don't give a crap about that. And they created I think it's 150 acre property in Canada, off-grid, that's stunning. They have tiny homes on there. They have gardens. They learned how to do this. They had an investor purchase the property for them, and now they bought the investor out. Investor made money. They own the property now. These guys are brilliant. I met them. That's not a coincidence. And by the way, I share that. They actually show you how to do this. It's a course that you take, and they help you find investors, even if you have no credit, no nothing. There are opportunities out there. That impossible thing that you think you can't do, it's out there somewhere. Seek and ye shall find. All right? So now we're being pushed, because of all the craziness, we're being pushed to make some different decisions about our life because we came here to accomplish that goal. And without these situations, it's never going to be accomplished. You just go, I could have just gone through life just, traveling and doing stuff. But because of the situation in my life, it pushed me to say, something else has to happen here. Nothing in your life is negative. Nothing in your life is, you are never a victim. It's never just randomly thrown at you. It's lining you up to accomplish that final destiny goal. Now, does this make sense? So now you'll look and say, wait a minute, all these things that happen, they're not bad. Now where am I? Did somebody die? The door's open for you. Were you a caretaker? I know a lot of people out there taking care of people and the person's gone now and they're like, oh, and then you can just sit and wallow in something and feel sorry for yourself. Poor little me. Well, get in line. We've all lost people we love. Big whoop, okay? Celebrate that life and celebrate yours, because now a door opened up, and if you did your job with that person, or if you did your job with your family, you're in your job, now it's time to step away from that, make a new decision. That job and that rotten boss and the company you work for, it's destroying the planet. Now you get a chance to make a decision, or you can stay there, be miserable, and blame them. All right? We're not going to blame anybody anymore. And I want you guys to know right now, this is so critical for you, especially here in the United States. Do not go into separation. You will be pushed to do that by others who want you to fight against others. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's the worst negative. I'm right, and going into actual separation and conflict is not the answer. I want you to go into solutions and change this planet a positive way. This is an opportunity. Your destiny is to make a different choice than how we have been behaving in the past, and it hasn't been in unity or love or community or compassion. You don't have to agree with somebody, but we have to come together. And no matter what happens over here, if you succumb to the separation and all the stuff that's going to start happening, it's going to start happening with people who are on low frequencies that think that they're right, and they're going to sit and argue, and they're going to say this is how things are. They're so brainwashed. They don't realize there is no one way except for unity, love, unconditional love. That is the essence of who we are. And anything below that is going to create the more challenges that are going to push you to go back up to that. This is how it works. You guys, this is Digital Explorers. If you want to go into a space and explore all the beautiful things that you can create, we're creating anything you dream of. It has nothing to do with you being a business person or knowing technology or nothing. You don't need any of that. You just need a passion to change the planet in your own life. Go into passion, find what it is. And I'm not saying this is easy stuff. It's a heck of a lot easier than going into the job that you hate or some destructive lifestyle. You can change your life. You can do anything. It's possible. I demonstrate it all the time. I achieve the impossible. All right, you guys in here, I'm going to send out, you'll get to see the opportunity with these guys, these off-grid guys. And if that's something you want to do, they'll show you how to cash flow it. They have a business plan. They show you how to get investors. They show you how to choose the property, how to create something. It could be anything you want. A retreat, a place for the homeless, just you getting away with your family and friends. But I don't suggest you isolate yourself. Don't do it. Don't use it as an opportunity to run away. You can't. Like that guy up on the roof, I think he was on a roof, that thought he was going to change all our destiny, thinking he's doing the right thing, actually backfired on him. It will backfire on you if you do that. Backfire in a way that it's giving you back what you put in. It's not punishment. You're putting that out, separation, running away, hoarding, all that stuff. It's going to backfire right back to you because that's what you put out. Put out love, community, solutions. Find solutions. You want to be a millionaire? Find solutions to improve this planet. Give people options to be great. Okay, just on some other note. So this is Digital Explorers. This is a free masterclass. This is a free masterclass. Come on over. You get through my email list. And if you're interested in doing any of my courses, that's what I do for a living. Those of you who keep asking me what I put on my hair, this is all natural. I actually don't brush my hair. And what I do is I will put it down there. The shampoo I use, I'm absolutely in love with. It's all natural, all vegan. It doesn't come in plastic. It's a bar. I soak it in water and I turn it into a liquid because I like liquid. I don't like those bar soap shampoos. And it has lasted me forever, and it is so amazing. All right, so I'm going to put that link down there because a lot of you ask about my hair. Yes, I do have naturally wavy hair, but it will do some amazing things for you. I went to my friend's house and used regular shampoo, and it was not good. It just felt like chemicals. This is your skin. This is your body. Pay attention to what you put on it and everything in your house. Time to detox as much as possible. Start making higher choices. Don't do anything that's going to harm any person, the planet, animals, especially animals. Okay, they are innocent, beautiful, let's just say. They balance out everything here, and we cannot mess with that. Get ready for some amazing things. Your destiny. Go do it. And know that what's happening right now with you, no matter how traumatic it may seem, is the catapult into what you're supposed to be doing now, why you came here. But only you can decide if you're going to follow through for it. And you know your choices. Are you going to take the higher one? Or are you going to retreat back into the unconsciousness of the matrix planet, the program that we stepped into and chose and are actually creating? We create the program through our consciousness. We can take it into a new world. It's happening right now. If you're not experiencing that, it's because you're not living in that penthouse. You don't even know it exists. It's still here, right here, yeah. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. I'm going to talk more about this, and I need to read the Master Key System in my next video. I'll do that for you. Go fulfill your destiny. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.